When we were cut off last time, mate, we just started talking about your trilogy of revisited Sepultura albums. So I want to continue with that, but specifically your mindset going into each album. Like, did you try to take yourself back in time to when the albums were first conceived, or did you approach it with more of a clear head?
More of a clean head, kind of like a chance to do it again, but do it better. Kind of like not really fix the mistakes because I think the mistakes were kind of cool, but make the stuff sound better. We had a chance to have better guitars, better drum sound, uh, you know, a better studio, surrounded by knowledgeable metal people that knows how to record this stuff. None of those things were available when we made those records in Brazil. We were on our own, like the engineers didn't know what to do, and it was like no man's land making these records in Brazil. So we had a chance to redo them and redo them the way we envisioned them to sound. So the re-recordings is the way we, as musicians, uh, think they should sound like the re-recordings. That's the proper way that we envision those songs. Even as a kids, we were hoping to get the sound that we got on the re-recording is what we are shooting for in the first place. So it's really cool that we get the chance to do that. A lot of bands don't have the chance, don't try it, or they try and they fail. Like they don't keep the energy and the anger of the original. We kept all that in check. We make sure it stays pissed. It's full of piss and vinegar, all the way through. Uh, so, so I think that's why a lot of people love the re-recordings, man. The people really, the fans freaking love the re-recordings, and it's really well received around the world.
I've only actually just thought of this, though, mate. Like, you've gone back and you've redone it now, like with, like you say, your better guitars, knowing what you're doing and stuff like that. But do you think back then, if you had gone into it polished, you think the albums would have been as well received? Like, it was that rawness that attracted people, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff we didn't have any. There was never had a manual on how to do this stuff. We did it on the fly. We did it really kind of like they call it, you're gonna wing it. You're just gonna do it by uh trial and error. So and that's the beauty of these records. They were full of stuff that really comes out of nowhere. Like what I was thinking when I made this riff is crazy. What the hell was I thinking? But it's beautiful, man. It's cool. It shows that even at the age of 14, 15, I had that metal in my vein. I had that I had the wild, metal flowing through my blood, and I just went for it. And now I have a chance to revisit as an older person and still get the same enjoyment from these albums that I got it when I was a kid. It's an incredible feeling. You get to do this. I feel very fortunate. Me and my brother, we are able to, like celebrate our past through these albums and get to play them live for people. It's an incredible feeling.
Yeah. Now, speaking of playing live, mate, like you mentioned last time that you're playing a lot of material from those three albums, but you're also doing other Sepultura songs right through to the current Cavalera stuff. So, in effect, you're traveling through a sonic time machine every time you get on stage, mate. Like, does it ever overwhelm you? Like, just all come over you at once, the emotion of it?
It's great. It's such a cool thing, man. I don't know how to even how to explain to people because a lot of times I'm on a stage and I'm having flashbacks of my life as a kid. I remember times in Brazil when I was playing this shit when I was 15 and how I felt when I was 15 playing this stuff. And you get all these flashbacks mixed with nostalgia and then mixed with the moment that you're in because you have a whole new generation of fans. They are new now. They were not really there in the 80s when we created this thing. All of those feelings are incredible. It's such a cool thing to experience. That is like But you're right. It is a bit like going in a time machine and like, uh, this is as close as you're gonna get to 1983, man. You know, as if you wanna like imagine how would a 1983 must have felt like. This Third World Trilogy show is the closest thing you're gonna get to that.
Yeah. Now, the other main difference with it this time around too, mate, is you've got your son Igor with you, and he was on the albums with you as well. Like watching him do that stuff, mate. Like, does he ever remind you of yourself at that age?
Oh,
Yeah.
a lot, especially live. Because he brings that energy, that kind of like just pure adrenaline and youth energy, you know, just kind of like just going for it. Um, and that's I think that's what's cool about playing with Igor and Travis. They are the new blood, you know. They are more they are more connected to the new bands right now, especially in the underground. You know, they are friends with everybody from Goetia uh, to like Noise and Big Destroyer, and I get you I get to be part of that through them. You know, I get to still be influenced by metal that's being done right now by newer bands from my son, from Travis. And it's cool. So we got, you got the old farts, you got me and Igor, the older guys in the band, but we also get the new guys, but we also interact with them. You know, it's not like we don't know nothing about metal. I know a lot of these new bands. I actually like I follow the underground, so I'm a big fan of extreme music. So it's fun. It's really fun, and I think the band kicks ass. Totally, like is a total like everybody goes. It gives 110% every night, and I tell you, after every show, I'm exhausted. Like I'm totally exhausted, and then we got to do it all over again the next day. But it's great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. Now, before we let you go, Max, I've started a new segment called Photo Bomb, where before I talk to you, I go through your social media, I get a couple of photos that I want to know a little bit more about. So,
Cool.
first one I want to talk about. Yeah. So your whole career, mate, you've been known like for wearing these studs on stage and all your rocket studs and all that stuff. But that looks dangerous as hell, mate. I just want to know if you've ever actually done yourself a mischief on stage while you're excited. And I only ask because this guy here is a friend of mine, Carcass. He's not with us anymore, but he's got something similar. And he ended up like that every night he got off stage from his own spikes. He'd cut the shit out of himself. Like, have you ever done anything like that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like a couple times, the spikes you can hit each other. I think I got hit. I think I got Travis bump into me, and I got cut with one of his spikes in one of the shows. But it's all good, man. It's fun. It's all part of the metal.
Even the pain. And the other one, I've found a clip of you playing an instrument that I've never seen before, mate. So can you let us know what's this? What are you playing there?
Yeah, so that's the berimbau. That's a Brazilian instrument. Yeah, it's called berimbau. It's very famous in Brazil.
Right. What do you use that in certain songs or?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of it, I use it on Roots. I use on Soulfly. Every album, every Soulfly record has a song with it. It has only one string, and it sounds very tribal.
It's bloody big. It's twice your size.
It looks like a bow and arrow.